In this video, I will describe 4 families. This is Chris and Fran. They are a couple. They are married. They got married 50 years ago. They are also parents. They have 2 children. They have 2 sons. Their sons are both adults now. Chris and Fran's first son is called Henry. Henry is married to Amy. They got married 15 years ago. They have 2 children. They have 1 son called Brad and 1 daughter called Eve. Brad is 13 years old. Eve is 11 years old. Henry and Amy are their parents. Chris and Fran are their grandparents. Chris and Fran's other son is called Tom. Tom is married to Sam. They also have 2 children. They have a daughter called Liv and a son called Greg. Liv and Greg are twins. They were born on the same day. They are both 11 years old. Tom and Sam are their parents. Chris and Fran are their grandparents. Brad, Eve, Liv, and Greg are Chris and Fran's grandchildren. This is Anne and Dave. They are married. They got married 55 years ago. They have a small but loving family. They have 1 child and 3 grandchildren. Anne and Dave have 1 son called Andrew. He is 47 years old. He is married to Pat. She is 44 years old. Andrew and Pat are parents. They have 3 children. They have a daughter called Sarah. She is 17 years old. They also have 2 sons. The first son is called Sam. He is 15 years old. Their second son is called Gary. He is 14 years old. Finally, Pat's parents are called Ian and Elaine. This is Frank. He is 40 years old. He has a small family. Frank is married to Di. She is 39 years old. Frank and Di have 2 children. They have 2 sons. They don't have any daughters. Their older son is called Thomas. He is 10 years old. He likes football. Their younger son is called William. He is 8 years old. He likes art. Frank has one brother. His brother is called Dylan. Dylan is younger than Frank. He is 37 years old. Dylan is not married. He doesn't have any children. Frank and Dylan live in the same town. They see each other about once a week. Dylan is Thomas and William's uncle. Frank and Dylan's parents are called Ben and Harriet. They have been married for 43 years. They also live close by. Ben and Harriet see the family several times a week. They love being grandparents to Thomas and William. This is Sophie. She is 38 years old. She is married to Chris. He is also 38 years old. Sophie and Chris met 12 years ago. They got married 10 years ago. Sophie and Chris have 5 children. The oldest child is called Ava. She is 9 years old. Ava likes reading and riding her bicycle. Their next child is called James. He is 7 years old. He likes trains. The middle child is called Clara. She is 6 years old. She likes going to the park. The last 2 children are twins. They were born on the same day. There is one boy and one girl. The boy is called Henry. The girl is called Michelle. Henry and Michelle are only 1 year old. Sophie and Chris are very busy with all of their children. They also have a pet dog called Charlie, who needs a lot of care. Their lives are very full. Luckily, they live close to Sophie's parents. These are Sophie's parents. Her dad is called George. Her mum is called Edith. George and Edith got married 45 years ago. Sophie is their only child. Edith and George are both retired. They are older, so they don't work anymore. Edith and George spend a lot of time helping Sophie and Chris with their children. They love spending time with their grandchildren. Okay, your turn. Can you tell me about your family? Write a comment below the video.